So many things I want to spit out here. Real quick, I've noticed sometimes I'll talk to people and they'll say it's my theory that our consciousness shifts in the timelines. It's not my theory. I've derived it from experience, things that have actually happened to me, and listening to other people's experiences. And I put that together, and other people have talked about it too. And I know I've talked about it in detail on the MandelaEffectSite.com, but even then, I don't think I've said it the way I'm saying it now. That's just one thing. The first thing I wanted to say is I had a great time on Mandela Monday. I thought it was a great show. I had an absolutely fantastic time on Mandela Monday with Scarab Performance, Gensploration, and Guy Fawkes, Rachel, Andrea. It was just an awesome show. I'm hoping I can do it again. Maybe I'll be able to actually film people live and cut in on the show. I wouldn't want it to last long. I wouldn't want to cut in on the show, but that might be neat. Maybe we could start the show out like that if somebody comes in. I mean, it's going to be a timing thing. I don't know. But that was awesome meeting everybody, and Mandela Effect. And so I'll start talking about it. I'm like, wait a minute, they're saying some really great stuff here. Boom, break out the camera. And I end up with, I don't know, quite a bit. If it's real busy, I don't get that much. If it's not that busy, I get a lot of video on these people. And I ran into a girl from Ireland. Her and her husband were in the bar tonight. So now after I did Mandela Monday, I went downstairs to the bar, relieved the boss, said, go ahead, go have a beer. I'll take over. And I'm, and I doing my thing, and and I was talking to her briefly about some things, and I thought, no, I'm not going to break out the camera. I did enough today, and I had to. I mean, she started asking me, and she wouldn't let go. So when I brought her into focus, when I brought her attention to the JFK thing, I mean, I'm going to show it now. You'll see that first she is shocked and doesn't believe it. I get off the camera, show her some pictures, put her back on camera, and she's desperately, she wants more information. She wants more Mandela Effect. She's like, do this to me more. I want more of this. I had a lot going on in between the takes, we'll call it, and so I didn't get everything, but I think I got enough. And I got some really great things she's saying about Nelson Mandela. But there were a couple people playing guitars in the background, and I think they knew I was filming. And they just, that was another thing. And there was quite a few other things I wanted to spout out. Let's see. I want to read off some of I've gotten some emails I want to read. I've gotten some comments from my videos I want to read, and I'm just going to have to wait. Here we go. Okay, and I didn't edit any of this. You're just getting all of it. I'm just going to give it to you. So there'll be talks about Mandela effects and some other stuff. And this cracks me up because I have a whole video ready to go to put out because of, I can't stop pulling out the camera on people. I'm going to have to. It's nice. I'm off the next 2 days. Mandela Monday with Guy and Scarab Performance. I had a great time. It was awesome. And this is the bar. We're going to try and do some live videos.
Honestly, if you cannot record what I'm going to say about that.
I'm sure that I've recorded worse. Why, you know who he is? I didn't realize how many people were going to ask me who's Jan. Cracking me up how many people are asking me who is Jazz Sinclair. Will you film me?
I'm from Ireland.
Just hold that. You're from Ireland? She's from Ireland.
Yeah.
Do you know about the Mandela effect?
The $1 million effect?
The Mandela? Nelson Mandela effect? Have you ever heard of it?
No, but I've heard about Nelson Mandela.
No. Have you ever heard of the game Monopoly?
Yes.
Okay. The Monopoly man, does he wear an eyepiece? Does he wear a monocle or no?
We have a car. We have something else. But I don't know about the man.
About the monocle, the eyepiece? You don't know if he has an eyepiece?
No,
Does he wear one?
Tell me.
Well, I remember he wears an eyepiece, and he does not. He's never worn one. And I remember he wore one. Do you know how many people were in the car when JFK was murdered? Two. Jackie was driving and had.
No, 3.
So 3. So.
Oh, you're okay.
Okay,
Right,
3.
cool.
Okay, your consciousness shifted into a timeline where there's 6 people in that car. Did you see her face? Did you see how quick that jaw dropped? There's actually 6 people in that car. That's the Mandela effect. Changes in history that cannot be explained.
No. You need to explain that to me. You can just tell me.
I gotta shut the camera off because this the poor girl. All right.
You need to explain that to me and then tell me.
There are changes in history that people cannot explain. It's been going on for 2 years for me, and longer for other people. It's not mainstream. It's only going to, right now I know it's on YouTube and some other websites online. But there have been major changes. The continents are moving around. People remember them being other places. People have died and they're dying again. Product names are changing.
There were 6 people in JFK's car?
There is and always has been. It's my theory that our consciousness shifts timelines. So there's always been 6.
Because what I saw was in the murder.
Right. There was.
That's what I saw. That's what I remember.
Yeah, I studied. There was 4, and a lot of people say 3, and a lot of people say 5, but there's actually 6, and it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be upset about. Either
It's just something you didn't see.
No. There was 4 people in that car when I studied it. There was 3 people in that car when you saw it.
No, but why are you saying 6?
Because there are 6 now.
Why come?
Your consciousness shifted into another timeline. That's one of the theories. Lower vibrational timelines are shedding away. I'm totally losing her. Totally.
No, you're not losing me, but you're.
You want me to talk slower? Maybe my American accent is.
No, you're telling me something. You're telling me that I saw 6. I didn't. I saw 2.
I know.
And we're going to reason that out. And I maybe saw 4 because there might have been a driver and there might have been somebody else. But who are the 6?
I'm going to shut this camera off and show you a picture. I feel like I should.
The monkeys and the donkeys. Happy birthday.
I feel like I'm in an Irish pub in Ireland.
Pardon?
I feel like I'm in Ireland.
Maybe not. I'm sure Ireland's everywhere.
Okay, see, now I can ask you questions, but a lot of these things are based in America, so I don't know what you're... Like, do you guys have yield signs in Ireland? Do you have a yield sign?
Stop.
You have stop sign. What color are they?
Red and white.
Red and white. Do you have a yield sign?
Give away?
Like yield?
To give way to...
Yes, to give way, yes.
Yes, we do.
What color are they?
Black and white.
Black and white. See, ours...
Aren't they? Aren't they saying black and white?
Now that I got it.
Give way or black and white sign?
Oh, black and white.
Black and white. Black and white.
Yeah. See, now, that's why it's hard for me to give you more Mandela effects, because in this country, most people I ask say yellow, but it hasn't been yellow since 1972. It's red. The yield sign, or the give way sign is what it's called now, is red here. But a lot of people remember it as being yellow. You've ever seen The Wizard of Oz? The movie, The Wizard of Oz?
Not one of my favorites. I have seen it, but it's not one of my favorites.
Okay, how about
Freaky.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Disney's version?
Not really.
Yeah, you see, this is why it's tough to. You're like, give me more, give me more. I got you on the JFK one.
Yeah.
You've been affected. Now, I guess it would be up to you whether you want to continue on exploring it, seeing if you can find some changes. I mean, how many times have you put your keys down, walked out of the room, came back, and went, oh, where did I put my keys? And you know you put them there, and they weren't there. Okay, all you did was shift from one timeline to another, and you just didn't put your keys there.
Countless.
Right. Okay. How many? Has this ever happened? Hey, remember that movie we saw last week? And you don't know what this person's talking about. Has that ever happened?
Every week.
Yeah. See.
Hey, why do you call it the Mandela effect?
Oh, Nelson Mandela. Yes, please. Come on over. Come down here. The camera doesn't reach.
We live in the clouds. We're 10,000.
Yeah, I've been struggling for 2 days.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell
So
me.
we
I've been
see
struggling.
things that happen at sea level that the rest of the world doesn't see. They just accept it as changes, but we see it differently because we live in the clouds.
I'm not buying that theory.
I am totally with that theory.
They are.
Because I've never been anywhere where I've noticed the Mandela effect.
Oh, and this is the first time you've noticed it being up here.
Being up here, we notice things a little differently.
But I don't get it. Why call it the Mandela effect?
Ah, that's what we're explaining. Nelson Mandela, a lot of people remember him dying in 1988, 89, late 80s. Now, I saw the funeral on television, and the reason I know that is because...
Okay.
Is because I was in work, and I saw a funeral, and I said, hey, who died? And my friend who was black comes up to me and goes, Nelson Mandela. And I said, hey, who's Nelson Mandela? And he went, bam, and he smacked me. I remembered that. That is what I believe Guy calls the trigger point. That's a trigger point for me. I'm going to remember Nelson Mandela's funeral because that's the first time I even ever heard of him. I don't mean to be ignorant, but that's, and he told me about him, and then he went on to become the president of South Africa, and then died again. So somebody noticed that. It wasn't me.
Whoa, rewind.
So he's died twice.
No. Rewind.
Put the camera on her when she's talking. I gotta teach
Totally
these guys.
rewind.
I'm not a camera guy. This is not my forte.
Nelson Mandela. No.
He was a peace.
No, he wasn't.
Okay, well, and some people remember him. That's funny you say that because some people remember
He was
him
a terrorist.
being a terrorist. A lot of people
He was
remember
a
him being a
terrorist.
terrorist.
Hey, steady on, guys.
And that's
Nelson Mandela. He was a terrorist.
All I
First
heard
and
was the word
foremost.
terrorist and seen somebody videoing something.
No, he was. He was a
And then I
terrorist.
remembered I was in the United States of Awesomeness. I was like,
You know, he was. He was a terrorist first and foremost.
see that. See now, I don't know. I never got into any of that. I don't understand it. A lot of some people have said
The
that.
little country that we come from, that we're very complex. And where Nelson came from was very complex. And what he is now to a lot of people is very different to what he started out being. And he started out as a terrorist.
And then what? Because they caught him, threw him in jail. Everybody started to think of him as a hero. Is that how it happened?
Tiny little bit of that.
Really? Okay. See, I
Tiny
don't
little bit of
know.
that.
I just always assumed he was a peace activist and was thrown in jail for being a peace activist, which does sound a little strange. But, governments these days, who knows?
No, but ultimately, he was a man. And just a bloke.
But did he die in jail? Do you remember him dying in jail? Or do you remember him becoming president of South Africa? Which do you remember? Or both?
I
What happened to him?
remember him being president. I'm not sure. I remember.
I don't remember him being president of South
I don't
Africa.
remember. I don't remember.
Oh.
Oh, he was president of South
I remember him
Africa.
being released. I remember him being released. I remember
Released.
that woman he was married to. She's a negative lady. And I remember, I think perhaps his time in jail made him, as we all have the right to change. We all have the right to change. And I think he did. And I think he looked differently. And he looked differently on his continent and land and his people. And I think the man that went in and the man that came out were two different people.
The man that went in and the man that came out were two different people. You don't mean that physically, no?
No.
Okay. Because some people say that's what happened. He died in prison, and then they let some look-alike come out to become president
I
of
think
South Africa.
I think he perhaps came out. I think he came out and changed. And you know, we all make mistakes. We all do things that aren't right, and we make huge
Well, I'm just surprised you
there is no
don't.
doubt.
I'm surprised you don't remember him. Let me just.
For all of that, I remember the ranch where he lived. I remember that. The accent, so awesome. And I remember a country in mourning. I remember lots of people in mourning who never ever met Nelson Mandela or knew anything about him.
What year?
Okay.
Was it? I mean, it's just a shame. The stuff that she had to say is amazing to me. You need a beer?
Mandela?
I want to order
Not that long
the
ago.
IPA things he had.
He's got plenty of
No.
I'm gonna pay for it.
Later.
I'll pay for it.
What's that term? Linda?
The noise.
What's the crack with what's going on?
With men? Oh, well, okay, in 2010, Fiona Broom and some other people started discussing.
Can I have some Titanics in there, please?
What would you like in there?
Titanics, ice.
Ice. This Irish. I don't know.
I know.
I don't understand the terminology, and I understand a lot of weird terminology.
More money in the bills. Don't get.
There we go. Okay. They were having a conversation at some convention about Nelson Mandela, and somebody said he died. I thought he already died. I thought he died back in the late 80s. What do you mean he died again? Yeah, he was president of South Africa, and he died. And that's when everybody started going, yeah, I remember him dying. I remember the funeral.
No, I remember in 2000 plus.
2000,
Plus.
yeah, that he died.
Yes, I remember the ranch. I remember.
Do you remember him becoming president of South Africa?
I remember watching what I was showing in the media.
Oh, right. And who knows
I remember
about
watching
that?
what I was showing, and I remember looking, and I remember thinking, back home, he became a softer creature and a more, he became different.
And became president of South Africa.
I don't actually remember that.
Neither do
I don't remember being president.
I do not remember that. I remember her being a vicious, vindictive, nasty bit of goods.
Bit of goods. I want to remember that, boss. I need to remember bit of goods.
She was.
That sounds like piece of shit.
bad
That's what I'm
lady.
thinking.
She
Bit
was
of
a bad
goods.
lady.
Maybe I could use that in my videos with some of
Or
my.
at least that's what I was taught. She
some of
was
the
a bad
shows.
lady in the end.
Right, we got the motorcycle guy playing the
She-
guitar.
Don't do me that way with it.
Okay. You know how
So-
messed up our country is?
What country?
What country?
The country that we live in.
Ireland.
Oh,
No, we're in a
You guys don't live in Ireland.
yes.
It's like
we
Ireland,
do.
but we're in like a
Yes, we
separate
do.
place
We live in a fantastic little country called Northern
where
Ireland.
they give us
Northern
2
Ireland.
passports.
2 passports.
We're not
We
allowed to have
have
one.
a United Kingdom
And
passport,
when we
and we
see
have an
somebody
Irish
like you
passport.
wearing an orange T-shirt, it's like we segregate.
Oh, Jesus. I got Holy.
You're supposed to be a singer. This goes perfect. Irishness.
Okay, the Irish.
Dun, da, da. Look, it's red. It's
Hey,
black.
now you're talking.
Black with red.
Okay.
Do you know what?
You can't.
No more orange. No more orange in here. Okay.
I know.
You wear the orange when you're off work.
You can wear
Somewhere
orange
else.
anytime.
It's the first time I ever wore orange in my life, and I had to do it here now.
But you can't wear orange in an Irish bar. No, it's a contradiction of terms. It's like to wear orange is William of Orange of Holland, and orange is a contradiction of terms in an Irish bar. You can't
Yes,
you can't
but-
wear orange in a green bar.
In the Trickler, it is green, white, and orange.
Correct, because
And
we're a
the
mixed
orange
culture.
is orange, and the green is green. Anyhow, Mandela effect.
Yeah, I love you.
So, getting right back to that.
Let's get back into it.
I got a
I'm not
British
like
passport and an
I-
Irish passport.
Why him?
So I end up
Why him? That's just what they happened to notice in 2010. A few people noticed that they remember him dying in, say, 88, 89.
You know, you're
And
American.
Some people say 91.
I have no idea.
And then he went, and then they said, well, wait a minute, how could he have just died? He already died 10 years ago. Now, honestly, Gene Wilder, you heard of him? Yeah, he's died every 10 years for me.
But somebody was some.
And I hear the news, Gene Wilder died. Oh, okay. 10 years later, I hear about him dying again. I'm like thinking, maybe they just made a mistake and I blew it off. It happened the whole life.
Yeah, we built America.
But do you investigate that? Do you go after that?
Some things I do. I have been investigating, but I kind of just stopped because it's a real thing to me. The Mandela effect is a real.
You settled in the belief of
I
that.
settled. Yeah, I settled. I'm sorry.
But you know.
I apologize for
Yeah,
my
no,
ignorance.
it's fine. It's not ignorance. It's fine. It's fine. But Mandela, why him?
That's what they happen to notice, so they called it the Mandela
He's
Effect. Fiona Broom, she has a site called MandelaEffect.com. That's where in 2015, she's a paranormal, supernatural ghost hunter of some sort. And she has other sites. And she just did this as a side project, asking people, hey, what do you remember? And then all of a sudden, I'd say from 2010 to the end of 14, the site wasn't that big. But in 2015, it blew up because everybody started to notice Jiffy peanut butter never existed. And I ate Jiffy peanut butter my whole life. But you wouldn't know about Jiffy peanut butter. You don't have Jiffy or Jif or Skippy in Ireland.
No, but you know, timelines and things like that are. There's things that happen in my life, and I don't. You ask me when was it? When did it happen? And I'm like, might have been. Might have been then. Oh no, it might have been then. And you suggest, you become suggestive, and I go, oh God, no, you're right. Might have been then. Might have been then. So how do you get by that? How do you?
Your mind justifies it? Is that what you're doing?
Do you write it down? Do you go, holy shit, somebody just said Gene Wilder died. Bloody hell.
He already died.
Friggin' hell.
Yep.
I'm writing that shit down. Who said that? I'm writing that shit down. And I'm going to tackle that guy and say, well, you know what? He already died way back then. And do you do that?
Well, it happened to me with Elvis Presley. He died in 72 for me. I mean, but you're saying, who am I going to, there's other people that also remember these Nelson Mandela dying in the early 80s. So I don't know. I don't understand. What research am I going to do on somebody dying?
Is that what brings you here?
Your own research. You're not stupid. You're an intelligent guy.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out, because I know for me, I saw a documentary that told me Elvis Presley died in 72. And I just believed that my whole life. And then I find out he died in 77. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I thought he died in 72. But there was only 3 or 4 other people that collaborated that with me and said, yeah, I remember him dying in 72 also. Not a lot of people remember that. Well, it's because that's where their consciousness was. Their consciousness was, mine apparently, was somewhere else.
Okay.
But I'm trying to understand.
Do you try to, do you make, it's all right trying to remember, and it's all right trying to do these things. Do you actually write it down, make a notebook, say?
Okay, I have written some things down, and those things have changed in the book that I wrote down, and I read it and I'm going, well, I didn't write that.
You did?
The things just didn't. I haven't even gotten.
You did write it down?
Oh, I wrote down all my experiences at 15. I have slightly misplaced the book. I know I have it. I just been kind of looking at it because I'm writing a full book.
It'll be there. It's like everything. It'll be there.
Yeah, I'll find it. Not worried about that. But yeah, I've documented quite a bit. I have 140 videos on YouTube.
But you know, I don't trust anybody. I don't trust. It's not that I don't trust people. I do. I listen to what they say, and I know they believe what they say. It doesn't mean it's right.
No, not at all. And
Ever.
But it might have been right for them in another timeline. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but that's the only way I really know how to speak it.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But nothing has happened to me like that. So why would I've never had to challenge anything like that. I've never had to say, Nelson Mandela died when? What? But I was told.
Well,
I've never
but
had to
see,
challenge
my
that.
trigger is I saw the funeral.
Yes, but your consciousness a lot of the time lets you see certain things. And your consciousness will let you pick up certain things and you miss certain things.
So you're already justifying that you thought there was 3 people in the car when JFK was murdered.
No, I thought there was two. Pat, I didn't even know there was a driver. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What I saw was him and her. That's all I saw. I saw his brains getting blown out and her making her move. That's all I saw. And that could have been because of my age, because of, I don't know, all different factors. That could have
So you
been,
think you just missed it, that there was always 6 people in that car?
if you tell me there were,
Who am I? Who cares what I
show me a
say?
photo. There were 6 people in the car.
I know, but what do
And
you?
right
But you
now, all
remember?
I saw were him and her. And in actual fact, it's ridiculous because thinking back, who was driving the car? But what I saw was him and her. And it could have been my age, it could have been.
So you think there was really always 6 people in the car and you just missed it?
No, I only ever thought there were 2.
Well,
I only ever thought there were him and her.
Yeah.
Sailing along.
I really feel like I should apologize for doing this to you.
Why? Why?
I'm
Why?
kidding.
You know, my naivety, what blew my mind at that time.
You're over
What
it
I
already.
saw. No, I'm not over it. I'm not over it. But it was one of those things where you weren't there, you didn't see, you didn't smell, you didn't do any of those things, and you weren't really there, and all you're taking is what somebody showed you.
Yeah, that reminds
And
me
what
of a
somebody
bunch of other
portrayed
things
you.
that they told me and showed me, and
Yeah.
I'm taking everybody's
And
word
they're
for
different,
it.
and they're maybe different. You've learned now that they weren't like that at all. But
Interesting.
that's the Kennedy thing for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other Mandela effects that I'd be able to give you that are like Australia. Do you know, like, how would you describe where Australia is? I totally worded that wrong.
Take another go.
Yeah, how about what's the second most southern continent? That's not going to work either. Is there anything south of Australia?
Yes.
What?
Antarctic.
The Antarctica. Okay, other than that, is there any other countries that are...
Yeah. But right now,
Yeah, see, okay, I remember New Zealand being northeast and now it's southeast of Australia, and Australia's a little closer to the Asian continents. I don't remember it that way.
really?
Tasmania is south of Australia.
Is that in Australia?
No, it's an
Tasmania is a
island.
separate colony.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily a country, but I know it's separate from Australia.
Huh.
Okay.
Well.
There's the islands and stuff.
Perhaps.
Never remember to bring my book. Do you see the download going on here?
Technically, in the whole world aspect of everything, South Africa is south of that Australia.
New Zealand's not?
I don't think so. I think it's east.
Yeah, well, okay, east, yeah. I thought it was
Of
south,
Australia.
northeast.
Yeah.
It's not down under. Now New Zealand is down under. That's what I'm getting at. I mean, I always thought Australia was down there by itself.
No. No.
It's not.
Tasmania's right there, and then
There's other
I
islands.
think
There's other
in
islands.
the world scheme of things, South Africa is technically more south than Australia, but that's not right there with everything. Well, I got a few more.
I gotta come up with a Mandela effect. That's I know my brain's total mush. You guys got Fruit Loops? That's
A who?
Fruit. You probably don't. They don't feed you garbage. That's TV shows, music. I mean, it's hard to do. It's really hard to come up with Mandela effects if somebody's from another country. Most of it's based.
I'm just my curiosity.
For me, anyway. I apologize. Yeah, well, I got it. We're gonna have to end this because that's not gonna. It's up. What aren't you getting? I don't know. That's a good question. That's what they saw. I mean, people they've had the time shifting theory before that came out. That's just what went commercial.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I didn't introduce her properly. It's almost after hours. That's why the lights are down. She wants to know what I do with all the videos.
I get him, but I trust him.
Oh.
I hope.
I trust you too, Heather. And I hope I opened up your mind in a good way. And don't let the download affect your dominant consciousness. You have no idea what I'm saying.
You should. I'm curious, and
If you watch some of my videos, you'll figure it out.
well, yeah, you're going to give me
I'll give you the info.
details,
I'll give you the details.
and I'll have a look.
Give it a wave. There you go. How do you say bye in Ireland? In Ireland, in Gaelic. Do you speak Gaelic? Wow, that would have been impressive. I guess I don't know.
No.
Any Gaelic?
No Gaelic.
But we
Is
just
that-
say, this is what we say. We
So
say,
look at the wrong religion.
cheerio.
Oh, see, I knew I was going to insult this guy. I knew I was going to insult him no matter what. I mean, there was no chance of me getting by. Everybody put their orange shirts on and get out. No.
No, the orange shirts we can live with. The green shirts we can't.
Oh, I should have kept the orange on.
No.
Oh, hell yeah.
No.
Oh, look at you two! Look, I got them fighting. Do you guys have divorce in Ireland?
Listen, green, orange, whatever. We love it all.
It's a color.
No, it's
What,
our colours, and we love
what color is chartreuse?
Richie.
Chartreuse. What color is chartreuse?
You're gonna fucking die.
I've never heard of that color before.
You wanna sell a fucking die? You wanna sell
There's not a chance I'm going to hear you over the angry Irishman over here.
No, angry? He's not angry.
He's not an Irish. He's just loud.
Listen, in Ireland we say cheerio and thank you.
Cheerio and thank you. What color's what did I say?
No, Pikey.
Chartreuse. Any guesses?
That's fully Pikey.
Huh? Hot pink.
Like grapefruit?
Like grapefruit.
Yeah.
Is that a question?
Fully Irish.
Yes.
That is.
What do you think?
Have you an answer?
It's the color of chartreuse. That's what I think.
Yeah. It's closer to a lime green or a yellow green, but I remember it as red burgundy, like a red, like an off-red purple.
This is one of those Mandela things.
It is, actually.
Go away! Turn it off!